Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Shenmue. We got it, Darren, the one-up man. In the last episode, we met up with Terry of the Mad Angels after he kidnapped Nozomi. And we negotiated that I would take out Guizhang for him, so that way he would stop getting in his way. We confronted Guizhang the next day, and Ryo told Guizhang to let us win the fight within the heat of the battle. We both winded up taking each other out because we were evenly matched. Then Terry tried to take us out at the same time, or try to take Guizhang out at least permanently. So then we teamed up against Terry and his gang of 100 men and came out victorious, leading Terry to have to fight us on his own, but we let Guizhang handle the dirty work. And after we bonded through kicking much ass, Guizhang told us he would help us find Landi because Terry told us Landi's already on his way to Hong Kong. So now we're home. We're gonna go to sleep and we're gonna see if Master Chen is indeed going to help us to find Landi to get to Hong Kong. So let's find out what happens. Had an epic fight. I should check with everybody. Tom went home to the United States. I defeated Terry, but Landi's gone to Hong Kong. Yep. Well, let's see what's gonna happen with that.
Hiro-san! Here, it's for you. From Ine-san, and it's not much, but from me.
How do you have any money left? I thought we took all your money.
Fuku-san.
Take care, and come back in one piece.
I thought we left you bankrupt. Thank you, though. We'll put it to good use. There's a lot of gotchas out there we need. It's a big world. Is this gonna be the last time Ryo ever sees Hazuki residence? His home? Fuku-san? Ine-san? We're leaving. We're getting out of here. We're getting transport to Hong Kong some damn how. Ine-san has no choice but to pray for us, even though she really doesn't want to have to. She knows there's nothing she can do at this point. We gotta do it. We've come this far. Can't turn back now. Gotta do it for our father Iwao. Off we go. It's a very nostalgic feeling I get even now. And every time I play part 1, every time I play this game, I feel like I'm back home with Ryo. Because we're going far away. We're going to Hong Kong. And it's not gonna be so friendly. It's not gonna be as familiar either. It's gonna be hard. Hard knock life. As we walk through the everyday life of the commute of Dobuita. See the hills of Japan in the background. The mountains. The Christmas time decorations. The U arcade. So many points of our journey brought us to that arcade. Sometimes business, sometimes pleasure. Most times pleasure. Got some beautiful music here, as per usual. Back off the bus and onto the harbor. The harbor that's become home to us as well, our working home. Can't think about the harbor without thinking of a forklift. I dare anyone to try. Or the Mad Angels. Or Master Chen Guizhang.
Your foolishness knows no bounds, eh?
Speak of the devils.
Thank you for arranging my trip to Hong Kong.
Thanks to you, the Longjaw was thwarted. It was the least I could do.
Thank you very much. You're too reckless. It worries me, so I'm going with you.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
mean?
I cannot allow you to go alone. Besides, we also need to know what Lan Di is doing.
If you don't come, you fail as my bodyguard.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, shake the man's
diving
hand.
swallow style should be useful on your journey.
What?
A style from the Hebei province in use since the Song dynasty.
What about the dance
I
dynasty?
will teach you its most sacred move, the swallow flip.
Swallow flip.
Guizhang.
Yes.
Sounds lethal enough.
You utilize your opponent's attack to flip them. First, I will explain the basic form. Watch closely.
Okay.
You take one step backwards to parry the opponent's attack. Then focus power in your arms to throw your opponent off balance. Immediately kick their legs out and flip. In actual combat, you'd strike here. The throw alone won't incapacitate your opponent. First, try to execute the proper form. Shift your weight while taking one step back.
Okay.
So you've acquired the form. Next, as you drop, use your arms to throw your opponent off balance. Well then, give it a try. I was correct in my judgment of you. You have superb talent. But to truly master the swallow flip, you must be able to anticipate your opponent's attack. Guizhang, spar!
What?
Practice is required to master the attack quickly. You must attack him in earnest.
I will.
Alright then.
Begin.
Hold that. So back square and then X fast. That's how you perform the move, if anyone's
Excellent.
interested.
Well executed. You have more ability than I thought.
First square and then X. Not together.
No, sir. You're a superior instructor.
It's Master Chen.
This technique works best when you can anticipate your opponent's attack.
Which is not always easy.
Do you wish to practice further to master the timing of the attack?
I got a boat to catch, man. I'm gonna have to say no for
No,
now.
thank you. I think I can manage now.
Very well. Then there is nothing more that I can do.
Plus, I don't want to keep beating up on
I am
Guizhang.
in your debt.
Poor guy's been through enough.
You're going?
Yes.
They got beat him enough in the past. Uh-oh.
Look out! Guizhang! Behind you!
Damn. Chai, you asshole.
You're not going to Hong Kong because the great Chai will defeat you.
Oh, is that what you think? I'm gonna get revenge for Guizhang. Oh, we're gonna get right into it. I beat you once at that arcade, I can do it again. A lot stronger now. Just doing good damage to me already. Yeah. This time around the fight's a little bit better because it's not so enclosed. And by this point in the game you know more moves. Waiting for him to make a move. Oh, he got me with a good one. Shit. Could run to get my health back. Really don't want to have to do it. Trying to do low moves so that way I can hit him, as he's harder to hit than most enemies in the game. Oh! Turn my back to him. That's the worst thing you can do against Chai. Got him. Good fight. The game's challenging. That's what I like about it also.
What are you doing here? Where's Landy?
The fighting is challenging.
The Landy-sama is sailing the sea on a ship bound for Hong Kong.
Is that so?
So, Landy's already left for Hong Kong.
Well, we kinda knew that already, Rio. Master Chen told us a long time ago that it was most likely he was already going to Hong Kong. But we must have just missed him. Don't worry, Landy, we're not far behind. We got a boat now, too. It lives! Oh, no, you don't. Never!
Guizhang!
You cannot travel injured.
It's my fault. Don't worry. This injury will heal soon.
Won't be
Go
coming with
on
us now.
ahead. Guizan.
You didn't fail as my bodyguard,
Don't worry
though.
about my son. At the moment, I don't know where Zhu Yuanda is. Instead, I will introduce you to someone I know can be trusted. Tao Li Shou, one of Hong Kong's elder masters. The address is in there.
Thank you very much.
Master Chen's done a lot for us. So is Gui Zhang. Fortunate to have them. That's thanks to Yuanda Zhu, though. As Yuanda, as he's referred to in this game. I guess because of translation, they changed the names around a bit in part 2, as you'll come to see. That's why you hear me say their names a lot, in different ways.
Nozomi,
Oh, Ryo.
I scared you?
No, just spooked. You know, it's kind of funny.
Funny?
See, I was just making a wish for you, and you suddenly appeared.
A wish for me?
You are going to Hong Kong, aren't you?
How did you know?
I finally made Fukusan tell me. You've been so preoccupied lately.
Is that so?
I won't stop you. I know you well enough to know I can't. Here, take this amulet. I'm hoping it will keep you safe. At least that's what I've been wishing and willing it to do.
Nozomi,
I'm so glad I was able to give it to you. I've been so busy lately. Getting ready to return to Canada.
oh yeah, you're leaving for Canada soon.
Well, I gotta go home.
Yeah, well, be careful.
Okay. We're both leaving Japan. I wish we had more time.
Ryo does too, Nozomi. He just didn't know how to say it to you with all the stuff going on. That plus he's a dweeb at times. Into the ship we go. Oh. Yeah, that scene always gets me. Very emotional. You don't see a lot happen between Ryo and Nozomi, but when you do, you know, like, you can tell. That's definitely the love interest. It's just a shame that they didn't have much time together. And now we're going to Hong Kong. And with that, we're leaving Japan. Getting ready to start our new adventure. Master Chen sees us off. He helped set all this in motion for us.
He comes from a far eastern land across the ocean. A young man who has yet to realize his own potential. This potential is a power that can both destroy him as well as ensure his will is realized. Perhaps he will achieve the balance that will mark him a man of courage. The path he must traverse is fraught with adversity and filled with expectations. I await whilst praying for the realization of this destiny predetermined since ancient times. A pitch-black night unfolds, with morning star as its only light. And thus, the saga begins.
Yeah, baby. Let's get this guy. Let's get Lan Di. Let's find him. Let's get revenge. And we have yet to meet her, and we're not going to, people. Not in this game. Because that's the end. That's the end of Shenmue. A lot of questions, I know. Hopefully they'll be answered for you when I do part 2. I am gonna do part 2. With that being said, I've stated this before in the playthrough, I've recorded this whole game before on VHS when I was a teenager. I'm now in my early 30s. And I get to do commentary as I'm recording this game and sharing it with the world. I don't know who's gonna watch it, you know, but it's there now. And I think that's awesome. Because this is my favorite game of all time. I love it. That's not to say it's a perfect game, because it's not. But enough is right in this game to hold a huge piece of my heart. And to be in a huge piece of my mind. Not really into fighting games. This has a lot of fighting mechanics in it. But I just find it done well. I do like beat 'em ups. I don't know if you could consider this a beat 'em up. I guess you could in some instances. Where you see like some of the goons are very weak. But then you have fights that feel like a real fighting game fight. Because it's a one-on-one and the character is very strong against you. And unless you know their move sets, when to block, when to dodge, what moves to use against them, it could be difficult. And even when you do it, it could still be difficult. But man, I'm never disappointed when I finish this game. Never. I never will be. This game is awesome. A lot of people will be turned off by certain things about it, but that's okay. Not everything is for everyone. But I hope if you watch this and you've never played the game, I hope that I've enticed you to at least try it. And if you have played the game and you've watched this, I hope that I've done the game proud. You know, I hope I've done right by it. Because I'm no master in this game. I think I'm good at it, but I'm no master. I've missed a lot of scenes in the game that I'm still kicking myself about. But that's the beauty of these Let's Plays. It's like you're seeing my experience. And every time I play this game, it's gonna be different. This is one of those types of games. It's never gonna be the same. Never. That's one of the things that are so awesome about it. Like, who's to say I've even seen everything in this game? I don't know. And it's been about 10 years. I mean 20 years, I'm sorry. About 20 years since this game's been released. And even that being said, I've learned a lot of new things recently about this game too, like a couple of years ago. It's just one of those games that have so many surprises. So I implore you, even if you've played this game once, play it again. And then play it again. And then, you know what, play it again. Because you're in for something special. But if you enjoyed this game, I don't need to tell you to play it again. You've already played it multiple times. Because that means you love it just like I love it. Whenever I play this game too, I think of family. I think of my cousin, who now lives in Florida. I live in New York. It's bittersweet to play this game without him around. Like, I get to play it, yeah, it's great. And he has the copy of the game too. He plays it at his own leisure. I'm trying to convince him to do a let's play of it. But it always reminds me of him. If anyone's ever watched my Streets of Rage playthrough, the co-op, that was him. That's the cousin. And we used to play a lot of games together. Like, I know everyone out there, if you're around my age or a little bit younger, when you were growing up with the N64, with the PlayStation 1s, you know, with the Dreamcast, you have those special memories with family and friends. You were in that living room, or you were in your bedroom grinding it out all night, all hours of the night on a weekend with your friends, enjoying these games. And that's what Shenmue is to me. It's a retro gem now. A gem of a game that I feel like everyone should experience. Even though it's not as easy to say here, enjoy this game. A lot of people want action, action, action. This is not one of those games. This is a game, this is I don't know. It's art. It's as much art as it is a video game. I appreciate it. I think it's amazing. I look forward to playing part 2. Part 2 is going to be a hell of a lot bigger, grander, more fighting, more everything in part 2. Except for certain things I'll tell you about when the time comes. I won't blow it up here. Dare I say I've played more part 2 than I have part 1 though. Because my Dreamcast fizzled out. Well, not necessarily my Dreamcast, but my Shenmue. I mentioned this earlier in the playthrough too, that I have 3 copies of Shenmue. My original, one that I was given, and one that I bought. And none of them work. At least none of the first CDs. And there are 3 CDs you need to complete the game on the Dreamcast. If you can't play your first CD, that means you can't play your second CD. That means you can't play your third. Right? So I'm screwed. But thanks to these HD remakes, or remasters, I'm sorry, not remakes, I get to enjoy these games again. And even better, now I get to do commentary over these games. It's awesome. This was always on my list as soon as I found out I can do commentary on PlayStation. And I bought a PlayStation just for Shenmue 3, might I add. I had no intention of getting a PlayStation 4. I was always an Xbox guy. Well, I had the original PlayStation. I loved it dearly. And then I had a PS2. I loved that dearly. Didn't get a PS3. I was on the Xbox 360. That's what me and most of my friends had. Most of my family too. But then I got the PS4 because Shenmue's coming out exclusively for the PS4 and PC. So I said, well, I'm getting a PS4. It's as simple as that. Shenmue's coming out, getting the PS4. So here we are. And I'm so glad I did, because not only is Shenmue amazing for the PS4, I played other games like the Yakuza series that's also amazing. And for anyone who likes Shenmue, check out Yakuza if you haven't. You'll enjoy that. Overwrite save in this slot. Yeah. Make sure you stay for the end of the credits when you beat this game. Because guess what, people? Everything you've done in part 1 can be transferred. You see cleared game file? Everything you've done, your moves you've learned, your toys you've collected, anything you've received in the game, your items, it's going to be transferred over into part 2. Just like Mass Effect. But Mass Effect, like, copied off this game, because this game did it first. I don't know if it's one of the first games to implement that, but to me, it was the first time I've ever seen that. If you had the Dreamcast edition of Shenmue and somehow received the second edition of Shenmue for Dreamcast, I mean, if you lived in Europe, you were able to do it. If you lived in Japan, us in America weren't able to, because part 2 never came out for the Dreamcast in America, only in Europe and Japan. But yeah, you were able to transfer your files back then. So that's what I got here. So that's going to be the end of Shenmue 1. I hope everybody's enjoyed this series. I hope everybody's looking forward to my part 2 playthrough. I'm looking forward to it. This has been Goddamn, the One Up Man, playing Shenmue. And thank you for watching. Take care, everyone.